Hello everyone, welcome to PSIR 300 Plus channel. This is me Sayyid Shujatullah, your educator. So before going into the wonderful discussion with regard to India and US ties, which has been going down, let us do one important MCQs with the help of which you can evaluate your learning. So with which country India has signed security of supply arrangements? SOSA, we call it as SOSA. So with which country India has signed this particular agreement, and your options are Russia, USA, UK, Germany. At the end of the lecture, you will get to know that with which country we have signed. Let us go ahead. Okay. So you know that recently what has happened? Recently ASEAN summit happened and it was followed by East Asia summit or not? Yes. Within that East Asia summit also there was a separate meeting with regard to defense ministers that came to be known as ASEAN defense meeting. We call it as plus. So you can see the defense minister of our country Rajnath Singh and US defense minister is also there. Both of them are shaking hands for what? They are shaking hands that because they have signed a 10-year framework to deepen a bilateral defense relationship. Deepening is nothing but going more further collaboration, cooperation with regard to defense manufacturing, with regard to defense trade, with regard to very common similar policy of defense between the two countries, whether it is exports or imports. We call it as deepening defense ties. So both of them are shaking hands and they are very happy and smile on their faces in the sense that the deal has gone good. Okay, as I have told you that this meeting was held between the defense minister of our country Rajnath Singh and US counterpart PT Hegseth. And it's a 10-year framework which is a very important year. Please do remember for the examination point of view, and this meeting also held right after the East Asia summit again in the same place, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay, so I hope what has happened. Now you can see that India's purchases from USA. So this is a multi-role helicopter. Multi-role helicopters are those helicopters which can be used for surveillance purpose, which can be used for attack purpose, which can be used for defense purpose, which can be used to carry cargo or any ammunitions. Then we call it as multi-role helicopters. So these helicopters we have taken from USA. We have taken a rifle from USA. We have taken a howitzer, means a small launching missile system which is called as howitzer. All of these we are having, and that has been bought from USA. And again moreover, USA company General Electrics. Okay, so manufacturing of General Electric's F414 jet engines in India is going to happen. So we are manufacturing a jet engine, okay, of that particular aircraft, which is very lethal obviously. And after doing the manufacturing of this jet engine, we will integrate with light combat aerial vehicle Tejas. And we are also going to procure 31 MQ-9B high altitude long endurance UAVs. UAVs are nothing but unmanned aerial vehicles, nothing but in a normal terminology we call them as drones. So we are going to have high altitude, means the drone can go to very high altitude, can take the distance very long. Long endurance is nothing but it can be there for 4 hours or 10 hours or 10 11 hours or 12 hours. It can be there on that particular altitude. Suppose if government wants to keep an eye on the Siachen glacier, obviously sending the army, sending the defense forces will be very suicidal or not? Yes. In that case, what generally will happen, that government will fly away the drones to that particular altitude, and the drones will act as our eyes, and it has to stay for a long period of time or not? Yes. So these are some of the important purchases that we get from USA and we have been using them. Okay, the development comes as India and USA are not on the good terms. As you all know that there was a tariff increase is there from USA with regard to India. 25% increase happened, and Trump said not to buy from Russia or Russian oil from Russia. We are still buying. So he has put a penalty of again 25%, which is nothing but 55% of like export increased tariff that the Indian exporters have to face, and 100% he has levied on what? Pharma. Okay, 100% he has levied on pharma. The development came as India is contending with an increasingly delicate balance. We are actually moving on a what a sharp sword where we have to balance the USA and also what Russia. So we are trying to be very calm. We are going for what? We are actually pursuing calibrated diplomacy. Calibrated diplomacy is soft and time consuming diplomacy, where we does not clear our stand properly and will not become very good to them, will not become very harsh to them. We'll make a very soft balancing tie. Okay, we'll show our dissent in a very softer manner. That is called as what? Calibrated diplomacy. Maintaining the relationship with Russia and USA is not so easy, but we are able to do from last 70 years, nothing but from 7 decades since the time of independence. India and USA have renewed contacts in the recent weeks too, and we are also on talks that let us, Mr. Trump, the peace man of the world, okay, after some period of time, he may understand our problems. He may understand that we're actually using the oil because we are a very big deficient country with regard to oil. That's the reason we have to import, which is very near to us, Russia, which has been giving us. So US President Trump may recognize in future that okay, they are doing out of mandatory, not because of what, to have a diplomatic edge. The trade talks were stalled after the Trump hit Indian goods with 25%, as I have already told you. And as because we are buying the oil from Russia, he has increased the tariff to 25% as a penalty. Right. Now you can see here, this is also another important area. India and defense ties are getting very greater and deeper. That's two sides have already signed non-binding security of supply arrangement. What is it? Non-binding means both of the parties can anytime says that okay, we will not perform this particular agreement. So that is called as what? Non-binding. So we have got a non-binding agreement on security of supply arrangement in August 2024. Under this, India and USA will request the priority delivery of goods and services from defense firms in both countries for executing contracts and subcontracts. Basically more of a commercial B2 B business, or you can say the B2G business only. So whatever the orders we put in USA with regard to rifles, with regard to any of the defense in infrastructure or ammunitions or equipment we wanted to make it very faster. For that purpose, a dedicated officer should be there. No, yes, under this contract, a liaison officer will be appointed to deepen defense cooperation. This agreement seeks to enhance cooperation, understanding, interoperability, and sharing of information on matters of mutual trust. Okay, then we are having previous defense ties. So apart from this SOSA or 10-year defense agreement, whatever the Rajnath Singh has signed, Mr. Rajnath Singh, is it the only defense ties we are having? No, we are having much more than that. You can see here, the vision of bilateral defense cooperation between the two countries was actually laid in the year 2013 during the Congress government, where we had a US-India declaration on defense cooperation. Means both the countries have declared that in future we are going to cooperate on defense sector also. 2015, after the Modi ji came up and he extended this policy, the US-India defense relationship increased, in which the two countries committed themselves to increase cooperation in this sector. Between 2016 and 2020, the two sides signed 4 agreements. One already SOSA, I have already told you, SOSA. Another one is Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, which is called as LEMOA. Communication Compatibility and Security Agreement, COMCASA. The Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, that is called as BECA. Okay, so along with that SOSA, these are called as 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 agreements are there here already in place. Now we have got in Kuala Lumpur the latest one, that is nothing but 10-year agreement between what India and USA with regard to the defense ties. I hope this is clear to you, and the answer for this question is obviously very simple. So you are having what? USA is the answer. And other agreements, if you say we are having COMCASA, we are having, okay, we are having what? BECA we are having, okay. Another one we are having, the short format, I'll just look at and tell you. The short form of it is, okay, LEMOA, Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, LEMOA, okay, and SOSA. Remember this point, they may ask you in the examination that, okay, the terms COMCASA, BECA, LEMOA, SOSA are related to space or related to defense. If you don't know, please pick up your previous year question paper of UPSC. You will come across this kind of questions. That's why it is very much emphasized that one should have a complete knowledge and understanding of this question paper and the pattern, and study in the same way. Now, how you can use this particular information in the examination means, if they ask you India and US trading relations are going down, or India and US in the diplomatic relations are going going down comment. Like that, if they ask, you have to start from 2013, you have to write one page, one paragraph, whatever we have discussed now, and you have to put on what some challenges which are still there. Then you have to put on what some way forward. So you can categorize in one paragraph, second paragraph, and which is a body, then third paragraph which is a conclusion. In the first paragraph only you have to write with regard to how India and US relationship has increased over a period of time. Then you should say that 4 agreements, and you should say that the foundation was laid in the year 2013. Like that you discuss. Then you discuss about the challenges at this point of time. What is the way forward? If you're doing this, your answer will be over sufficient for 250 words. Okay. I hope this is all clear to you. Take care. Do join my PSIR classes, test series, and mentorship. You will be definitely having edge, and you will be scoring nearly about 350 marks. That's my major goal here. Take care. Have a nice day ahead. Stay tuned for more current affairs and updates. This is me signing off. Sayyid Shujatullah. Have a good day.